sweets for the sweet boy. Obviously calling myself a sweet boy is kind of sus. It's not really, I'm a sweet boy, what can I say? And I like sweets. Yeah. Mm. 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 Maybe eating sweets while recording a video isn't the one. It's gonna take so long to finish. Most of so good though. Man's the hint of apple. With all these explosions of flavour touching each of my taste buds. And when I swallow it, it tastes like heaven. And that's what we're going to talk about. The taste of heaven. That's the title of this video, the taste of heaven. Did you know you can get a taste of heaven in your everyday life? Simply by being, resonating, stepping onto emotional frequencies that go beyond you. There's ways to pop out of reality and enter your infinite self. This dog, why is this dog barking just as I'm about to record a video? The dog started barking. Alright, he stopped. A taste of heaven. This world is electrical signals interpreted by your brain. We all know this from The Matrix. Morpheus says, what is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can see, what you can hear, what you can taste, what you can touch, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. Let that sink in for a moment. It's simply electrical signals interpreted. So what is real? When you go to sleep, you think you're real when you're sleeping. In your dream, everything you perceive feels real. You believe you're in that moment. Time and space doesn't work the same, but you know you exist. You know you exist in this dream. And then you wake up and you say, oh, that was just a dream. But did you know there's no difference in terms of the creation before consciousness? The creation before consciousness exists as you exist in your dream. You are at the seat of any body. Sometimes when you dream, you don't remember what body you're in. But you are at the seat of your body. Your awareness, that's what we're talking about. It can be scary to want to tap into the lucid. But the lucid is the best place to be because that's the place of magic. And the lucid place is the place where your spirit, your soul exists on the other side of the veil. And it's a lucid experience. It's an instant manifestation experience. There are multiple heavens, 7 heavens. And an infinite heavens above that. But as you know, this reality is simply a perception from your consciousness. When you were 5 years old, you had a different body and a different mind. And when you were 10 years old, you had a different body and a different mind. 15, 20, 25, 50. 75, different body, different mind, one entity. Can you notice that there was an infinite awareness watching all changes? There is one constant, and that is the I am. And when you realize this one infiniteness that has been following your body, following your mind, following your body your whole life, then you can kind of come to the conclusion that Earth is a heaven. To do this, you need to get rid of your ego. To simply realize this. And the best way to get rid of your ego is to define ego. And one guy I like called, what's his name? Forgot his name. But he says ego stands for EGO, which stands for edge God out. You edge God out when you come out of your baby, when you come out of your mom, when you come out of your mom's womb. Before you came out of your mom's womb, when you were in your mom's belly, God took control of everything. Every heartbeat, every bit of food digesting, every bit of oxygen oxidating. You are infinite thought, infinite mind. Every cell in your body, from when you were a sperm cell to where you are now, 70 trillion cells. You realize the magic in everything. There's magic everywhere you go. It's genuinely magic. There is an infinite intelligence that is in control of everything. My breath, breathing in what the trees give out. Me breathing out what the trees take in. The sun, perfect to grow all of this fruit for me to eat. The trees, the smell, everything is for you in this realm. And when you realize you're in a realm focused by a specific number of frequencies, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet, so much of the spectrum you can't see. But we've condensed into this form, this changing form that changes every 5 years, every year of your life. This form changes. And there's one entity in control of it. Infinite intelligence. What is a miracle? Either everything is a miracle or nothing is a miracle. I like to think everything is a miracle. This grass, how does it even exist? So perfect for whatever it's perfect for, whatever animals eat from this. Or just the fact that it wants to live. Like, the intelligence in this is as intelligent as you, as intelligent as this tree. This earth isn't just the physical realm. This earth is heaven. So what is your heaven? Everyone knows right now, inside deep, that they have a specific idea of what heaven looks like on earth. Gratitude can amplify that. You can ask yourself, what makes me happy? Ask yourself, what makes me happy? Inside, intuitively knowing what makes me happy. Family, friends, going out, going partying, having deep conversations, meeting new people. How do you feel when you think of that person or you think of that place that makes you feel so amazing? It feels like joy. These moments where you're just in joy, is your purpose. Joy is your purpose. Joy is your purpose? Is that a questionable thought? It might be hard to believe. But just as a tree grows to become so massive from just a seed, it had an inside desire, an intense desire inside to say, I want to live. And I believe the tree feels joy in reaching the sun. It feels joy. It feels the same vibrational frequency as joy. Because what are emotions? We're going to talk about that. Because as being as on heaven and earth, because that's what I've been trying to persuade you to adopt the idea that heaven is right now. The beauty of life can't be quantified when you're in gratitude. Your emotions are, the only way I can think of this is like a lie detector, a universal lie detector. A lie detector that tells you the truth between what your higher self, what your soul, what God believes about you, and lets you know when your perspective is out of alignment with how God sees things. Telepathy is simply believing what feels good in a moment and using all the cooperative components of reality, all the synchronicities to find an idea. And this communication, your emotions are more of a radio antenna, more than something that feels right or wrong. So believe it or not, you don't have to believe me. But you can try it out. If you believe something that feels bad, I dare you to look deep inside. Feel the emotion. Even put your hand where the emotion is on your body. Attempt, assume, and intend to have it be released. If you feel a bad thought, intend to have it be released. Put your hand over it, feel it, and intend for it to go to your crown chakra, to reach the top of your head. Feel the thought and feel better about it, because you can choose your thoughts. Your emotions and your brain is to choose your thoughts. Your emotions let you know what thought is aligned. So your emotions are like a lie detector. Your emotions are like a telepathy detector. This is just one aspect of heaven and earth. Because when you get in alignment with your emotions, manifestations become real and even scary sometimes. Because it's so unique to your vibration. When you start to operate your emotions, you start to realize you create your reality. Most people just let their emotions fly. And this is why knowing you are the awareness is important. To not identify with your thoughts or your body. Because when things are going bad and you don't know why it's happening, I can almost guarantee you it's happening because of a frequency that you've emitted in the past. So fear manifests more of the thing you don't want. Gratitude manifests more of the things you do want. Your emotions they don't just tell you what your higher self is thinking. They don't just tell you what your higher self is thinking. Your emotions create your reality. Your emotions come from a place of your belief systems. Your emotions react based off momentum. And the more you train your thoughts into thinking better thoughts, is the more your emotions will manifest whatever you want on this planet. But you can't be too specific. You can't say, I want this specific thing. You have to talk about a quality of existence that you want. And you can manifest that quality in your emotions right now by believing you exist in that parallel reality, in that future reality. You can step into the feeling of it right now. And in this feeling, the world warps around you. Believing you are loved will make many people come to love you. Believing you are beautiful will manifest people showing you that you're beautiful. Have you not realized when you say, oh, I said that thing and it happened? Or, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Now look, there's a power in words. Words are made up of spellings because they are spellings that put a sentence on your reality. Sentences. They create in your imagination, because imagination stands for imagination. Your imagination is a nation. I think in Buddhism it says, it says all is preceded by the mind, ruled by the mind. Something like that, something along the lines of all is preceded and ruled and made of mind. The mind is a play place. The mind is a place for you to play. And in playing with your mind, by stepping into frequencies and emotions, because you can say it takes a month to really develop a habit into momentum that is, it could take 2 weeks, it could take a day. But for me personally, I say it takes me about a month to step into the momentum that I am forcefully intending on myself, because I don't just chase what I want. I believe it exists inside me right now. And when I see it, feel it, and be it, when I see it in my imagination, feel it in my emotions, and be it in my actions, the reality simply bends to form an amazing reality. Like, I remember when I was depressed, I called it depression, but I didn't know I was just out of alignment. My thoughts were telling me all these things that were out of alignment with how God sees it. And so my perspective was out of whack, and so God was punching me in my stomach, which is the term depression. God was punching me in the stomach, saying, stop thinking like that, think better thoughts, choose your thoughts. Because when you step into your power as a communicator, when you step into your manifestations through your words, and you recognize the one I am inside you, that you are a vibrational entity, that you are not your body, you are consciousness before your body. As you know from your whole life, when you were 5, 10, 20 years old, your whole body has changed, your mind has changed, but you've been one constant awareness throughout the whole thing. when you realize that you are infinite source, then you can stop identifying with your body, and you can start simply becoming the best version of yourself by realizing that time doesn't even exist, and you can jump into any parallel reality that you choose, because each moment you are jumping between billions of parallel realities. And when you just realize in this moment you can tap into anyone's past life, or your past life, you can tap into anyone's life, and you can steal from the Akash, you can steal from the Akashic records, you can steal from the memory bank of Earth, the qualities. That's where talents come from. They're remembered from past energies, past lives, or current lives, because all time exists right now. They're just on other dimensions. But you can pull from the knowledge of the self. And God didn't stop speaking in the book. God speaks to you every day. You just have to listen to your emotions and think the highest thought possible, and let that guide you. Let your emotions guide you. Kind of like following, you know, that game where you're like hotter, colder, and so as a kid trying to find something, and you're like, hotter, you're getting close, you're getting close. That's what God is doing with you, with your emotions. He's saying you're getting close to your destiny, you're getting close to the highest destiny, you're getting close to your highest potential. So step into heaven on earth and start manifesting everything you want, simply by realizing you are vibrational consciousness first, and the world follows second. The kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God is within man, as Jesus says. We are closer to him than his jugular vein. Islam says that God's closer to you than your jugular vein. Hinduism says all is Brahman. Isn't today a lovely day? I'm gonna get another taste of heaven, because these sweets are delicious. Trying to get out of the pack. Ooh, cherry. Let's try not to litter. Let's put it back in there, because this place is too beautiful to litter. I want to show you this tree. This tree is massive. Hold on, I'm gonna eat the sweet. Right, this whole thing, it's gonna take me so long, and while I'm eating it, I'm gonna show you this area. It's so nice. Ready? Look how big this tree is. I'm tiny compared to it. That sweet was like cherry ice cream. Creaminess. The sweetness, like a pinch of sweet bite on the back of my tongue. And when I swallow it, my throat praises in joy. There's so much to be grateful about. What are you grateful for? Just pick the first thing that comes in your head and just feel it. What are you grateful for? That first thing you thought about, dive into it. Think of a thought that feels similar to it, but not the same thought, another one. So maybe the first thought might have been like a fun to go into Nando's with your mum. Alright, now that frequency, tap into another one of the same thought, go. But not the same one, a different thought. Maybe a different person or a different situation, different time, different place. Maybe with someone else. Picture your idea of happiness on earth. Picture something that represents happiness on earth. Can you feel the momentum? Can you feel the momentum of the belief stepping into your heart? I want you to imagine someone you love. Now imagine your favorite food. Oh, there could be a lot. Alright, let's imagine the first plate of food that you even remember in your life, like from when you were a baby. Try and think of the first plate of food you ever ate. That you remember. That you were always like, wow. Think of the food as a kid. What was your favorite food? That you would go to all the time. How does gratitude feel? Doesn't it feel great? Now this one's difficult. Why? Because the moment you think of it, there could be some doubts or beliefs that get in front of it, that get in the way of it. So I'm going to ask you to think of something you want in the future. Now, your first thought could be, damn, I can't have that because I haven't got enough money, or I haven't got this house, or I haven't got the car, or I haven't got the blah, 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 blah. I would like you to imagine what it feels like if you started right now and you only worked for an hour a day, every day for the next 6 months. Imagine how close you will be to that desire. If you gave it everything, if you gave it your soul, whatever it is, picture that desire and pull it into right now. Pull that feeling into right now. And if you can't, picture an old memory where that frequency existed in you. Because you can pull from your past too. Every emotion, every moment is a different parallel reality. So, think of a time in your past where you had that same frequency. It could have been going on holiday and eating at a really nice food. That could be your dream, just to eat really nice food around the whole world. Imagine when you've done that before. Imagine a time when you were on holiday and you ate the most nicest food, or you just went to a beach town and you had fish and chips. How does it feel to step into your happiness field? How does it feel to rise to your highest frequency and when you're feeling this happy with this many high vibrational entities or thoughts because they genuinely create your reality just like God does. So when you step into that vibrational frequency, you're going to manifest all of love, just all of love. Everything you love is going to come into your life, and that's just a taste of heaven. We're gonna be back. We're coming back. We're never gonna stop. Alright. This is Mission Mastery, the Science of Miracles. I'm Daniel Francis. Peace.